that is just code for go fuck yourself, Tampa.
Honestly, when you put this in the rundown earlier, I hadn't heard anything about it, and I did not even read up on it. I was waiting for you to lay this one on me. So is that what he said? Never say never?
Yeah, so he has his own podcast with Larry Fitzgerald and some other dude. And they're basically like, yeah, are you at peace? Are you feeling? He's like, yeah, you never say never. Like, you never know how I'm going to feel 6 months from now. So
is he like Gronkowski? Maybe Gronk maybe taught him a thing or two about, taking those off seasons off for a long time and then just signing the dotted line a little bit late.
I actually just think he loves his wife, but he's realizing now in 2 weeks, he's like, shit, maybe I don't love her as much as I thought I did.
Yeah. He went on a family vacation. He's like, yeah, I'm not doing this. I'm not ready for this.
Like, I'm ready to risk my body one more season, so I don't have to do this. And that's what happened.
Yeah. So, Jimmy G's getting traded out of there. Trey Lance might not be ready yet. Why don't we go grab Tommy Brady?
So is that like who he's closest tied to now? Like, again, I haven't read anything at all yet. So what's the tie to the 49ers here now?
That's where he grew up.
Yeah.
Well, I know that, but I mean, like, is that what we're looking at? Like,
yeah, he grew up in Northern California. He was a Joe Montana fan. He was a 49ers fan growing up. That makes sense. I actually thought before he went to Tampa, and I said this to Chad a couple years ago, that I thought the 49ers were the logical choice. Also, it's warm weather. It's at least something that he can sell to the family. Like, he's not going to be like, hey, guys, we should go live in Minnesota for a season. That's going to be awesome. Yes. Or like, let's go live in Chicago, the windy city. That's going to be a whole lot of fun. No, like, let's go to Northern California. His family's there. I'm sure he's got friends and everything there. He grew up there. He grew up wearing a Joe Montana jersey, so it just makes too much sense. And
I don't know if I want to go against that LA pass rush more than you need to, though.
And that's fair. And I mean, the 49ers have a pretty strong O-line. They got lots of weapons. They probably have the run game that would satisfy what Brady wants. This is just us being hypothetical and assuming that he was rushed into a judgment call. I don't think that he wanted to make this call. I think that personally, I think that Tom Brady might have a little bit of an ego problem. He doesn't love that his retirement is now being overshadowed by the Super Bowl that he's not playing in. So it wouldn't surprise me if he wants to come back for a couple more years with a different team, and maybe he bounces around and gives it the Brett Favre treatment, but instead actually wins.
I think he's just more pissed off Adam Schefter and Jeff Darlington.
Yeah, and
I don't think it's a Super Bowl and him not being in it. I actually think he was ready to walk away. And I think when they came out and said that shit, he was like, well, now what the fuck do I do?
Yeah, I still love that picture that Liam sent us. And I mean, we're not going to show it on here because it's rude, but like, anybody wants to see it, direct message Liam. It is hilarious. I open it and I have a look at it every time I'm having a bad day, and it definitely lightens me up. And I just love it. It's fantastic. How about the Gronkowski saying the only other quarterback other than Brady he'll play with is Joe Burrow? I mean, that to me is basically retiring. But is Rob Gronkowski going to go to Cincinnati? No way, right?
I mean, that'd be a pretty scary offense if they like Uzomah as a free agent. So, and he just blew out his knee when it blew out, but I mean, he's hurt. Yeah, but you know what I mean? What are you giggling at?
Liam just put in the group chat or in the messages. Do not message Liam.
That would be a pretty crazy offense, though. And it just goes to show again that like Burrow's got that moxie. Now he's recruiting players that want to play with him. That like, I mean, it's awesome. I really don't think that Gronk is gonna go to another team. Like, what does he have to prove at this point? Right? His boy's done. He's done. You know what? Maybe because, it's kind of interesting that he hasn't slammed the door shut here because we left New England because it sounded like he didn't like the strict rules there. And then he came to play with his boy, Tom, and didn't slam the door shut. And then a few days later, we're hearing Tom saying that maybe.
So Stephen Freeland said, why wouldn't he go there? That's a better question. Well, I can tell you why he wouldn't go. It's fucking Cincinnati.
Also,
like it is literally
they don't practice inside.
Like it is literally like ownership we make fun of like Windsor being the shithole of Canada. Like that is literally what Cincinnati is of the East. It is just a fucking dumpster fire city. They can't even clear snow out of there.
And That is a preview to the hot take of the night.
Yeah.
Like, who the fuck would? They don't pay their players. They don't take care of their players. They don't even give a fucking facility to eat in properly.
Well, I mean,
and now you're gonna take a Hall of Fame tight end. Say, hey, come on over here. Fuck that. They are not gonna go play for the Cincinnati Bengals.
Yeah, I don't know if Steven deserves this treatment. I'm not. I don't know him, but I don't know if he deserves this treatment. I think.
Sorry, Steven. I don't know you personally. I'm sure you're a great person.
Yeah,
there's not one person who'd want to go to Cincinnati.
I don't think. Yeah, I think that you are directing your anger at the wrong person. I think that you're mad at the Cincinnati ownership, and I think that Steven asked a fair question. I think that you're taking it out on him. Steven, you don't deserve that. Chad doesn't mean it. He doesn't mean it. He's had too many bangerangs.
And now they're going to be able to pay their players, though. That's like they got all that money now,
yeah.
and they paid people like Trey Waynes.
They signed nobody.
They signed Hendrickson, right? I mean, that was a pretty big offseason signing for them, and who ended up being a very, very good player for them. I mean, you got a recruiter like Joe Burrow now, and you got a defense that needs some upgrades. When the defense doesn't have to worry about putting points on the board because your offense is so bad, and like you got an offense that's driven by Joe Burrow. I mean, I think players are going to want to go there. And they're in a division now that's kind of in a bit of a transition here. Like, we have no idea where the Ravens are actually going to end at. The Steelers are going through they're going to have a new quarterback. This is going to be a completely unheard time for them in the last 17 years.
Mitchell Trubisky coming.
Oh my
Pittsburgh.
God!
I'm on Trubisky magic. Let's go.
And the Browns, I think, are pretty cash strapped. They can't really make a whole lot of moves right now. So this is a time that Cincinnati can just continue to stack these wins. I feel Gronk. I just don't think that Gronk would go there. He's another proof at this point. I mean, I don't know what he wants to do, but maybe he just looks having fun, and Joe Burrow looks fun. Can you imagine them showing up in that fur coat together?
No,
matching pendants?
I could tell you what's not fun, and that's practicing outside in December and January and playing.
When you have to ask to use Cincinnati University's practice facility, that's the kind of Mickey Mouse organization that's never going to land fucking anybody.
Yeah, and they also play on turf, which is a bad news.
Yeah, turf no good. Yeah. I really wish that I've said this before. I just wish the NFL would really revisit that. I have no idea why they don't just have grass everywhere.
Well, I don't think that the owner of the Cincinnati Bengals will pay anybody to cut the grass. So he just put fake grass in there. Yeah. He doesn't care. He's a piece of shit. And
he's like the Tampa Bay Rays of the NFL.
Yeah, and all of Chad's anger was actually directed towards that gentleman, not towards Mr. Steven.
I don't know you, Steve. I'm sure you're
asking an honest question.
And I actually hope that you continue watching us.
Yeah.
This is a Paul Brown take.
Yeah.
And I wish you nothing with the best weekend, except that the Bengals lose. Because I took the Rams.
Hey, look, I haven't bet on the actual outcome. As long as all my props win, I don't give a shit. Now, what I do want to know, and we're not going to ask who's winning, who's losing, but I want to know if the winner of this Super Bowl is going to dictate the way that teams shape their team over the next 10, 15 years. I mean, do you trade all your first round picks for guys you can win with? Or do you build through the draft the way that Cincinnati did? I mean, Cincinnati paid Henderson, but that's about it for the last, I don't know, since 1990.
Trey Wayne's got a pretty big contract. We keep talking about that. The tides are changing. Let's just see what happens with Cincinnati. I don't think that when Cincinnati has gone this far, that they're going to be willing at this point to let the wins go by the wayside when you have $158 million in the offseason.
Super team is the way to go.
Yeah. And look, I mean, Super Team won last year, and that's what I'm saying. Is it worth giving away your net? Would you give to Kalen, who has never won a Super Bowl before, would you give away your next three first round picks for a Super Bowl next year?
Yeah, I would.
So there you go. Like, why would anybody want to build to the draft is fun for us to talk about. It's fun for us to watch. It's enjoyable because it opens up all the doors of like, who knows what's going to happen. It creates all the kind of parity that football is great for. And, every August, everyone thinks that their team's going to the Super Bowl. But if you knew tomorrow that you could trade for Aaron Rodgers, give away 3 first-round picks, and Super Bowl 57,
does
Tennessee
that get us
Titans
to the Super Bowl?
Win.
I don't know. That's what I mean. 3 first-round
Ryan
picks for a guaranteed Super
get
Bowl.
You there.
I know 3 first-round picks for guaranteed Super Bowl is one thing. Trading 3 first-round picks. What I saw thrown around today from Bleacher Report was the 3 first rounds, 2 seconds, and a third. And I was like, I don't know about that.
So you wouldn't trade all that for a Super Bowl?
It's not even a guaranteed Super Bowl. Look what he did with Green Bay. Very talented roster. Now, I know he's in a top-heavy division, but it's a talented roster he hasn't won a Super Bowl with in a few years.
Yeah, but
you're telling me that you're no closer to Super Bowl without Aaron Rodgers? I think he's going to take you closer.
Well, I never said that. Shane said guaranteed Super Bowl. I just said I couldn't guarantee a Super Bowl out of Aaron Rodgers.
So you're not like, are you cool selling the farm to take that chance?
Yeah, it's hypothetical.
Well, that's different. That was a different question. What was asked before was would I do it for a Super Bowl? Yes, I would. Would I do that for a 37-year-old quarterback? I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know at this point.
I think it's because you don't know what you're missing. Like, when you start at something brand new and you're like, you don't know what you don't know. I think that's where you're at. You don't know what it's like to like sit there on the couch with all the boys, and you've watched me do it twice, Kalen. I sat and you watched me lose one too, and you saw the different moods that I had, and you knew exactly what I was doing. And inside of me, you didn't know what I was going through because you were just thinking, one more yard, and I might have felt this. But for the feeling that you get, Chad had it last year. For that feeling, I would give away the entire next 5 drafts of every single Steelers draft pick. Don't give a shit.
Like, you guys have to think too, as a Titans fan, you're never picking before 25 in the next 3 years.
But yeah, most likely.
So,
which is why you need to give up the third one, most likely.
So yeah, you give the third one for that reason. But then you're getting a guy who could take you to the next level. I don't know about you, but like division round losses aren't the greatest. It sucked this year for me. You guys are pretty good at them. But if you like going out that way, cool. But if you could take the next step, why not?
Guy was a joke franchise for like 25 years. Come on, you win one Super Bowl in the last 3 years, 5 years, 10 years.
How many did you win in the 2000s?
Jesus.
Hey, we've been there 2 times and we didn't come up a yard short either time.
Whew. Well, that's true. Hey, that is true. And what I'm telling you, Galen, is I think that you give those picks away. I think that the early sense from that Stafford from the Lions to the Rams trade was, wow, the Lions won because they got all this draft capital. Now, if the Lions go and draft the next hot quarterback, the next hot receiver, and the next hot running back, can't both teams win? I think both teams won that trade. So, like I said, would you trade that for the Super Bowl? I think the answer is automatic yes. You have to. Pivot to a different sport for a second just for a comparison. How many souls would be sold for the Leafs to win the Stanley Cup right now?
All of them would be the answer.
Every single soul. Yeah. Ontario would give up their entire soul. I mean, I'm not a Leafs fan, but
not me.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is all those Leafs fans that sit there and sulk in their beds after that playoff game, when whatever happens, they're going to get up 4-1 and blow it, or they're going to get up 3-1 in a series.
I bet you they would trade their kids in easily. Like they would trade in like their firstborn child.
I think so too.
You remember the last time they got to the first round?
Was it 93?
No.
I remember all I remember is them choking against 2004, and then Montreal beat them.
Montreal beat last year. That was last year, and then Montreal goes and fires their coach in their worst league or team in the league this year.
Yeah, and then they hired a pretty decent winger to coach for them, but I'm not sure if they realize he can't play. It's like it's not a rule. I just don't think that many teams would do that. It doesn't make a ton of sense. So I guess back to the original question. If the Bengals win, I mean, do the Rams get looked at as like maybe they shouldn't have given up all that capital? I mean, whatever you come back. No, yeah. And I agree with Chad. But if the Rams win, I think that we're going to see a couple of other teams that go balls deep into this thing. The Denver Broncos maybe being one of them. I think that Tennessee would be on that list. Maybe even the 49ers. Winning a Super Bowl is going to, if you're a head coach, you're going to get your contract extended for the next 5 years. If you're the GM, same deal, right? You're tied at the hips. Mike Tomlin has won 1. I mean, he's had a lot of winning seasons, but he's won 1, and they continue to extend it because they know that he knows how to win. He knows how to get it done.
Vrabes and J-Rob got re-signed already, so.
And I'm telling you that if the next 2 years the Titans go out in the divisional round or the wild card round, you don't think they get fired? You don't think there's any possibility? I mean, Vrabel's going to win Coach of the Year tonight. I mean, I don't mean to spoil our conversation later, but I mean, Vrabel's going to win Coach of the Year tonight. But you think if next year they come out and shit the bed and they go whatever it is, 8-9 and miss the playoffs, and then the following year, same idea? I don't know, man. I'm not sure that if you're extending the GM and the coach, you're willing to fight through those lean years with the type of roster you have. I think that the roster's good.
Ooh, I like hearing that. No, I think you made some very valid points there. I just think that now with we don't know the length of the re-signing anyway, but people don't want to pay coaches when they're not on the team, and they don't want to pay GMs when they're not on the team. And these guys haven't had a losing season in 5 years, so I think they've kind of proved themselves. They could take a couple of bad lumpy years if it were to happen. The fact that he was able to get through this year's injuries, I think, buys him some extra time too.
Yeah, and I mean that's the reason that he's going to be coach of the year because they were able to fight through it. I do think that if the Rams win, this is going to be open season, and we're going to see over the next 3 years the super team, if you want to call it, like whatever, the NFL super team. It's not going to be a guaranteed win like it is in the NBA, but I think it's going to make it a little bit more fun. I'll tell you what's not fun as a fan, looking at the secondary market and seeing that the tickets are $9,000 to go to this game. And on top of that, you got to pay the fee. So basically your fee is going to be about a G. So you're paying $1,000 to the site to even get the ticket. And then they're going to email it to you like the day before the game.
And that's US, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So we're talking like 28 grand Canadian.
Yeah.
About that.
Yeah. I mean, when you calculate inflation, I think that you're probably close.
Yeah. It's insane. I mentioned that a week ago with Chad Johnson bringing it up. It's like he was just fighting for the little guy. There's I don't know if you saw, there was a really cool article. There's the group of these 3 guys that are in their 80s now. They have not missed a Super Bowl like in the last 40 years or something like that. And this is going to be their last one for a couple of reasons. One, they're old as hell and they don't think they can make the trip anymore. But 2, it's like they're just draining bank accounts at this point. To go and spend $30,000 on a trip for just the tickets before you're even doing any of the events or anything else. I mean, that's insane. I mean, props to him, but wow.
If this game wasn't in LA, do you think it'd be $9,000?
I don't
Just
know.
because of is the celebrity factor of who's coming to this game driving that price up?
Well, the sickening part is the celebrities are probably not even paying the ticket price. Like they're just talking to who the companies that own it, and they're like, "Give me this for free, and I'll sit in your seats." Well,
and that's why they're making up for it with all the lower guys, unfortunately, biting the bullet on the tickets. I mean, we knew a guy, or I knew a guy, I met a guy in the past that when he was a Colts fan, and he went to the Colts Super Bowl there, and I mean, he paid. He
the
was
one that they won or the one that they lost?
The one they lost.
Oh, that hurts.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it. I don't know if I could do that.
Man, I can't even have people over at my house when the Steelers are in the Super Bowl, let alone being in the fucking stadium.
I sat by myself last year.
So he took him and his girlfriend, and collectively for everything was just less than $3,500 American. Now he was sitting fairly high up. It wasn't nosebleeds, but it was fairly high up. You're never going to sniff that again for 2 fucking tickets. Never.
Yeah. Do they last after the game? Because
I
can honestly tell you, if I took my significant other to a Super Bowl.
Oh, actually, no, they're not. They're done. Yeah, no, they're over.
Yeah, of course they are.
Yeah. They were there telling me the story about it, but yeah, since they have.
I literally would have left her at the stadium.
Yeah,
100%. You're the reason they lost. It wasn't the team. It's your fault.
Yeah, preemptively, you would be getting 2 hotel rooms because there's no way that you're going back to the same hotel room after a Super Bowl loss.
Because she want to talk and they just wouldn't want to talk.
I'll be honest, man. I might be coddled a little bit after a Super Bowl loss if I witnessed that. Oh yeah, my God.
Oh.
Yeah, well, luckily for you, and luckily for Cindy, they're not willing to trade any draft capital, so
it might be a while.
Yeah,
divisional round and out.
Yeah. You didn't even trade draft capital, Chad. You got fortunate that the greatest quarterback of all time walked into free agency and said it's warm down there and they don't pay taxes. I think I got an okay offense.
Yeah, but the real thing was he wanted to go to the Dolphins, and the Dolphins said no thanks, which is hilarious. But different story for a different day. Wild prices.
But yeah, no, I wouldn't be mad if we would trade all those draft picks, Kalen. We suck at them anyways. Ask Shane, he's watched draft in the last fucking 6 years.
Hey, it basically just means that they're not gonna get an extra kicker because they like to trade up for kickers and
not take the safety that you desperately need. He's down with 3 years straight all pro.
Yeah, and look, I mean, he found a nice home, so don't worry about it. He's not a stray cat out there. Micah Fitzpatrick is nice and comfortable in that Pittsburgh defense. How about these tight ends? Is Higbee or Uzomah gonna play? It looks like Uzomah practiced. Whatever.
Uzomah?
Whatever. He practiced on a limited.
Mazda, buddy.
Yeah, he practiced on a limited basis today. Is he gonna play?
Well, I mean, he's coming out making statements that if they win the Super Bowl, he's gonna bathe in Cincinnati chili. So I mean, to me, I think he's probably just taking a bit of a rest day here. I think he's going to play. Does he get 90 snaps? Or sorry, 90% of the snaps? I don't think so. I mean, that was.
I was gonna say if he gets 90 snaps, this is gonna be a wild game.
Yeah, no defense, right? Isn't that what Chad said he wanted?
Yeah, I want to see like 53 to 48.
There you
You
go.
shut your fucking mouth, Chad. We are under 50 and a half on our boost, and we'll announce that in a sec. I mean, this thing's been hammered so hard, the odds continue to fall. So,
but like on top of that, he like I mentioned before, he's coming into a contract year. I know that I would like to see him probably stay with the Bengals. He probably will, but this is his last chance to like really show what he's got. And he was really starting to come on in the back half of the season, really the last 5 games of the season, and then the playoffs he was playing pretty well too.
Yeah, are you giving 10 million to Uzomah or 10 million to Gronk? Because can't pay them both. Well, I guess they probably could.
If Gronk is real, hey, listen, he might just be out there puffing smoke like Brady is.
Yeah, well, I think Gronk's done. I don't think that Gronk plays even if Brady plays. I mean, that could be wrong, but Gronk didn't seem to have the same juice in the playoffs that he's had in the past. And it's crazy to think that Gronk and Travis Kelce are the same age. I wouldn't have guessed that if I didn't see that written down somewhere.
One's had a couple less surgeries.
Yeah, well, I think one of them's been hitting the head a little bit less than the other two. Yeah.
Who do you think parties harder though? They both look like they have a good time.
Well, I could tell you that Gronk probably parties harder because he doesn't have his own reality show. He didn't. Yeah, he gets weird. Cameras can't be around when he gets weird.
Yeah, as far as this game goes, like I don't think Higbee is going to be playing. To me, and that I just double checked his name because I'm really good at these things. You know that.
There you go. You said it right too.
Blanton, yeah. Kendall Blanton, yeah. He's kind of emerged as like this unsung hero for them. Like he's doing all the little things. He's gotten the end zone a couple times, and he's had 4 or 5 catch games. He's converted a couple third downs, and that's really all you need of the tight end. You actually don't need a game changer there, especially with the weapons they have.
Yeah,
they just need him to move the chains and hold some blocks, and he's done a great job of that so far. And
I would say if Higbee's not playing, then Blanton is one of those guys to go look at for like a sneaky touchdown.
I think even if Higbee is playing, I think it's worth it because he's probably been taking first team reps for the last month.
True.
He would know the package. He's got a good relation with Stafford right now, so I think the odds could be there. I wouldn't say drop 100 on him, but throw a couple of bucks and sprinkle down on him. And that first touchdown, I bet you that would pay out real nice.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like
that's gonna
throw $5 on that thing. I bet you that flips for at least plus 1,000 easily.
Look, the first 3 minutes of the game is really going to dictate how my day goes, and we're gonna get into it. But if the coin toss comes up the right way, perfect. If the kick gets return, not a touchback, awesome. And if that first penalty is a false start, I'm not sure I'm going to watch the rest of the game. I think I might just be going to party. I mean,
you do have a green check mark, right?
Yeah, we hit it big. We are going to hit it big. And with our boost, I don't even know how we got the odds that we did. And Coolback came through big for us. But our boost, Cooper Kupp with a reception over 27.5 yards. Money McPherson over 6.5 points in the game total to stay under 50.5. You're still going to be able to get that about 5-1, 6-1 right now. So definitely go get after that. The odds have been coming down because they told us this thing's been hammered. It has been, it came down 50 points already.
Oh shit.
So go get it while you can still get it. These guys are laying off action with other books, guaranteed. How about the Manning cast? They've extended this thing for another 2 years. Do you guys watch it?
I've watched a few of them. I certainly there's been really good highlights from it, man. I love seeing Peyton Manning on Unhinged. It's awesome. Just being him and he's so loose because he's with his brother, I feel, right? Like they just know they get each other.
Wouldn't you rather just see them in the booth though? Like, I mean, it seems like Louis Riddick might be on his way to Pittsburgh, but
I don't think they can put those guys on real TV.
No?
I think that's the whole point of the Manning cast is that it's kind of not on the true ESPN channel.
Yeah. I think it's ESPN, whatever, like Deportes, maybe. I don't know. I have no
ESPN,
idea.
ESPN 8, I don't know. And they put it online. Like, Payne's having a scotch that whole time.
Yeah, and Eli's eating chips out of a fake bag. It's just, it's weird, but, like, I think it's cool.
It's weird on the right ways.
It totally works.
The only thing that I don't like about it, and I don't know how you'd fix this, is while watching it and watching the game, you can't hear the crowd. So like, that's just weird. That seems like lockdown time. I don't care for that. I don't know how you'd fix that. I have no idea how they'd be able to pump the crowd noise into it and keep the Monday Night Football commentary out of it. Like, it's not like you're just going to turn up your TV. That would sound ridiculous. But if they could find a way to make the crowd noise in what they're doing, so it sounds like a stadium like setting, but without Brian Greasy and the other guys talking in the background, I think that it would be. I think it'd be more watchable.
I just love it when Peyton and Eli start chirping the guys in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, well,
it's my favorite part.
It'll be interesting to see how that progresses. I don't tune into that specifically because, again, like the crowd noise. But if they had a good enough guest, I guess I would pay attention to it. Much like
I'm sure they'll grow, right? Like think what the NFL Network was when they first started. Remember when it was like brand new? And it was that free channel on cable for the first time. And now you watch like Rich Eisen with his own podcast doing his own thing. Like I think the podcast with the Mannings can certainly, or the show with Mannings can certainly grow. And yeah, you're right. If they get a way to incorporate some sort of like noise in the background to see it muffle a little bit, it'd be way better.
Yeah, that would make it more fun. And much like the fun that our friends over at CoolBet want you to have, they have put together their $10 Build-A-Bet promo, where if you bet $10, they're just going to give you $10 back on Monday. Build-A-Bet is an easy way to just boost your odds and have a little bit of fun. So I decided to have a little bit of fun and put one together. Liam's about to put it in the group chat for anybody that's going to miss me saying it. We got Aaron Donald getting a sack, Trey Henderson getting a sack, Cooper Kupp getting a touchdown, both teams to kick a field goal, plus 525. You can't, like, you don't lose anything because they're going to give you your money back on Monday anyway. So all those things.
So Mondays don't happen. Suck, eh, Shane?
What's that?
Mondays don't always have to suck then?
No, exactly. Mondays do not always have to suck. This Monday will suck because we won't be live. But
my Monday's going to suck. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah. Chad's going to be hungover at work. I think Kalen's going to be hungover sitting on his at his work desk. I don't think I work at all, so I'm just going to be.
Don't think I work at all. So that's the spirit, Shane. Just think it. Just bring it to thought, and it'll happen, right?
Yeah, I mean, between the Bangrangs and the Vities, we're gonna be having a good night.
Vities.
Yeah. Now, when
don't forget, boys, Monday is Valentine's Day, so don't be a complete waste of life.
Yeah, I'm gonna be a waste of space on Monday. Now, Super Boost is gonna hit. We're all gonna make a lot of money this weekend. But the easiest money-making bet this entire weekend is this. So since 1994, the opening kickoff has been run out of the end zone 26 times out of 28. So only 2 touchbacks have happened. The last 6 have all been run out. And I'm feeling very confident that this thing's going to happen. They pull this brand new kicking ball right out of the box. You don't play with it. You don't mess it up. It's literally a rock solid ball in LA, especially since I think that Cincinnati is going to get the ball to start because they're going to get the opening false start. So Matt Gay does not have the leg, even though the Bucs traded up for him in the draft. He does not have the leg for a touchback. So I think that this one's going to get returned. And then the very first play. So this thing's going to get returned. So make that 14-53. And then by 14:53, so 7 seconds into the game, I'm going to be rich because the false start's going to happen. The thing's getting returned. The coin toss is coming up the right way. Like I said, I'm not sure if I'm going to watch the entire game because all my bets might be settled by that 7 seconds in. But now,
I know you too well. You're going to start hammering instantly.
Yeah, you know me. Yeah, I'm a lot better. But doesn't that surprise you a little bit? Like, given the fact that we've watched every single like football game start every single week, isn't it surprising that only twice has been a touchback in the last 28 games?
I honestly think, obviously this goes before him, but since Devin Hester, everybody wants their moment.
Could be.
Like, I can probably say if a ball's kicked, and I don't think a lot of them are going super deep, like you said, out of the box, it's not beat up. We talked about this in depth last year. So I'm not going to hammer. We'll probably hammer it on Sunday because we have to go 3 hours.
Definitely, we're going to talk shit about this on Sunday.
Yeah, but who doesn't want their Devin Hester, you are ridiculous moment?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like that dude called his shot and said he was running back the opening kickoff. And he did it. And who doesn't want to be the other guy to do that? It might be like as a kick returner, you might not get that many opportunities to touch the ball.
Agreed.
And the opening kickoff comes to you. Dad's watching, mom's watching. You got the whole family sitting in front of the TV. You might actually not get another chance to touch the ball. I'm running that bitch out. And I'm slow as fuck. And I'm running that thing out. And I can guarantee any of you guys do the exact same thing. So that ball's coming out of that end zone unless it's kicked through.
My focus is catching it first, and then I'll make my decision whether I'm running it out after I secure.
If you catch that ball, Shane, you are running. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, even
if you did all that work to catch that ball, you're not like, take a knee.
Even if it was 9 yards deep, I would. I would return it.
so it kind of goes like both ways too. Like as far as like being all jacked up and ready to go and everything as well. It's really tough as the return man to look your blockers in the face who aren't going to get maybe potentially a lot of playing time either. And who are jacked up and juiced and want to go out there and hit somebody as well and say, I'm just going to take a knee. These guys want to go out there and lay some helmets to helmets too. I mean, not really, but it's legal now, but they want to hit somebody. Yeah. They want to set the tone. They want to let people know what's going to happen for the rest of the game. So yeah, I do find it surprising that, like you said, it was two
of the last 28.
Wow. Have not been returned yet.
Wow. And it just happened to be the one last year that you did bet on that one, right? That it was going to come out?
No, it came out last year.
No. Yeah, no. It came out last year. So the last time it didn't come out was the 28-3 game.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Newman, where you at, homie?
Yeah. Yeah. It
started I get.
started so great. It was we should have known it was a weird night. The opening kick was a touchback, and then a 28-3 lead gets blown. Look, history was getting made that night. Now, I don't think that it's his call, but Jalen Ramsey's kind of come out here and said that he wants to shadow Chase around, and he wants to make sure he's taken care of. Now, for Jalen Ramsey's, I don't know, reputation, I guess, I'm going to say it's a bad idea, unless they're putting a safety over the top, right? Like,
well, there's going to be a safety the whole time regardless.
Yeah, but
so, of course, you can come out and say that, like, yeah, I want him one-on-one. You're not taking him one-on-one. You're taking him with help.
But at that point, there's no point of putting Ramsey if you're going to give him safety out. So I would say save Ramsey for Higgins or Boyd, and let, I don't know, whoever buddy is on the other side, and let Eric Weddle play over the top and just lay one into the ribs.
Weddle, who's wearing the green dot 4 weeks after retirement, or coming out of retirement.
Yeah.
So wait, did Chase not have 2 dud playoff games to start the playoffs? Like the first week he didn't have anything, and then against the Titans.
That's your boy. You're a Bengals insider.
And then we shut him down in the Titans game. It was T. Higgins and Uzomah that went off in the Titans game.
I'm pretty sure he's gone. It's gone for 100 and.
No, not in the playoffs. Not in the playoffs. No.
Liam, can you look that up for us? I think he had 100 against the Raiders, and I think he had 100 against the Titans. Because remember, he had that huge run against the Titans, like 70 something yards, right?
Are you talking total yards or receiving yards?
No, receiving yards. But he's caught that screen pass against the Titans.
But that was it. After that, he had nothing. Did he not?
No, I think he had a few more, man. It didn't flash because it was one play, but
he got 54 against the Chiefs.
Okay, but he was higher against the Titans than the Raiders. I'm pretty sure. I want to say in the hundreds, but
he got 110 against the Titans, and then he got 115 against the.
Did he go off?
Yeah,
the Raiders.
And so it was just the regular season that he was like quiet those last few weeks. Then,
yeah,
that's what I'm thinking of.
It could have been, and I mean, really like quiet to us. You know, we picture touchdowns, and Chase only had a touchdown against the Chiefs. But yeah, I mean, overall, he hasn't been bad. And that game against the Titans, I think 68 of his yards were on one play. So he probably had 4 catches, and it just didn't seem like he was sparkling.
Mm-hmm. No, you're right. Yeah.
But I just don't see the benefit to the Rams to have. This isn't ego time to show your ego, right? Like this is the time to make the best schematical situation for your team. And having Jalen Ramsey and then a safety over the top on Cincinnati's best offensive player makes absolutely no sense at all.
No, well, they're gonna stab you somewhere else. You know, T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd, if CJ.
I'm telling you, T. Higgins, and you get some money on that total yards.
Yeah.
All day, man. because he was the best player in the field last week. Or 2 weeks ago, I should say.
Yeah, another guy that's played in big championship games at Clemson, and he's gone off, and we figured this out, right? This is T. Martin's son.
Did we figure that out?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's some relation to him somehow.
I'm 90% sure that it's T. Martin's son. Now tonight around 9 o'clock our time, NFL honors are going to kick off, and I'm not one for award shows. I don't really care. If I didn't have a bunch of money invested into this, I probably wouldn't give a shit to even watch it. However, if Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers wins the MVP tonight, the weekend got started off really, really nicely.
I got Brady MVP and Jamar Chase Rookie of the Year.
Okay, so you're good. You're good.
Yeah, I'm all right. And I got Jamar back. I think it was like week 3 or week 4. I took him.
Oh shit.
So what's the odds you got on those then, guys?
I got both of them are playing plus over. I think I got Chase at +6, and I got Brady at +5, 25. I think.
Yeah, I got Aaron Rodgers and Brady both at +600, and I really only took the Brady one to hedge my bet. So I took Aaron Rodgers probably like week 5, when he was around +600. He wasn't the favorite, and I think Brady was the favorite at the time. And
that's when I got Brady.
Yeah, and then things kind of flip-flopped around, and then I saw that Brady was sitting at 600, and I was like, well, it's one of them. So I just
no chance that Taylor gets it tonight.
And I got Joe Burrow for comeback player of the year, which was a great bet until Bosa in San Francisco said, "Hold my fucking beer," and just started suplexing everybody.
No, Chad, I think that you might win 3. You might go 3 for 3 tonight. I mean,
I don't think they're gonna. This was if they're not gonna give 2 Bengals awards.
I disagree.
Why not?
I just don't.
They're the media's team.
Do that.
I think, I mean, if Joe Burrow doesn't win comeback player of the year, it's a travesty. Nobody, no.
I cannot believe I'm hearing you talk about a Bengals player like this. He really has won you respect.
Do you want me to go back on Cincinnati again, Caitlin? Don't get me hot.
Well, look.
Especially if they don't win these awards, I'm gonna be in a bad mood Sunday. Look, we are going hard in Rams. I'll tell you that much. This money.
Bosa, obviously, good story, whatever. He tore his ACL last year. This is
it's a quarterback league. That's why I think it's a safe pick.
Yeah, Dak Prescott was kind of the guy that we thought, but Cowboys shit the bed towards the end. So I'm not sure that, depending on when this thing is voted on, I'm not sure that'd be fresh enough in the voters' mind to realize how gruesome the Dak Prescott injury was. But Joe Burrow basically got his fucking leg ripped off, and they won the AFC North. And despite having the worst coach in the AFC, they're in the Super Bowl. So you have to give something to the quarterback on something.
34 and 13, nearly 5,000 yards passing. He deserves it. He does deserve it.
Yeah.
I appreciate that because I like my bank account going this way. So
yeah, and look, and the Brady thing, like the retirement, I thought that the votes would sway towards Brady because of the retirement. Like I said, I don't know when this vote is actually cast, but I think we're looking at a Brady MVP. We're looking at a Jamar Chase Rookie of the Year. We're looking at a TJ Watt Defensive Player of the Year. We're looking at a Vrabel Coach of the Year. And Micah Parsons is going to get Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Well, I think that's the big, everybody knows that one.
Yeah, and then the Comeback Player of the Year has got to be Joe Burrow. I mean, I don't think there's a lot of intrigue in it if you didn't have any money bet onto this. Unless you're signing up to watch the comedy show, I don't really think that there's a whole lot in this for you. But I'm looking forward to it because I want to win some money tonight.
Well, again, it's like the last few things we have of football until we're just talking review forever, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. So I got Jamar at 5.75, Brady at +4, and then I got Burrow at +5.
Okay, so yeah, Chad's gonna have a good night too. Now
I'm betting the Super Bowl for free at this point.
Yeah, on that theme, and you're betting the Super Bowl for free, in air quotes, because there's going to be a little bit of money changing hands. How much money legally, and I say legally because there's always going to be the Chad knows what I'm talking about. There's always going to be a bookie somewhere here or there that's, you're laying up a little action here.
Wait, is Chad your bookie?
Not anymore. We have good friends at Coolbet now, Kalen.
Yeah, so, we do our stuff legal. How many legal dollars, and keep in mind, this is American, how many legal dollars do you think are going to be bet on just the Super Bowl game alone?
And this is the first year that they can legally bet on it too, right?
Officially,
there's still 3 states I think that aren't doing it yet, which is still wild.
Yeah,
it's up 400% though. I heard.
Yeah, so
and it's almost at $1 billion.
That's I was going to guess probably around 900 million or something.
So it is projected right now to be over $1 billion legally bet on just the Super Bowl alone.
Wow. All I'm thinking is that Austin Powers Scooby's like $1 million.
Yeah, exactly. yeah. Mattress Mac has already put $4.5 million into this thing. Sounds like Chad's about to put like a couple hunch, so that'll contribute somewhere. But absolutely insane. And when I think of this number and when they project this number, I don't think that they're even projecting Canada or any of these other offshore books. I think that they're only talking about the U.S. here.
Well, I guess whatever sites they're using, right? That's probably going through Vegas, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I mean, our site's legit, and we know it's real people. It's not robots running it. We've had them on the show, so they're real people. And in the States, they have FanDuel and DraftKings and Barstool, and but I don't know if they count offshore random book in the.
Maybe JD knows.
Yeah, hey, JD. I think he's been on a pretty good gambling heater, and I can assure you we are going to be the 3 least known people that he's talked to this week.
Can I just tell you one thing? You never leave a heater. What are the best lines in The Hangover?
Yeah, and I'm not. Yeah, I'm definitely one to never leave a heater. And I'll tell you one thing that concerned me because I've been all over the under, and I'm not usually one to brag about betting an under because that's kind of a bitch play, but. The Simpsons have predicted that the Bengals are going to win 34-31. So I don't know if that's fabricated. I'm not sure if I'm believing it as the same kind of predictions that have happened in the past. But there's got to be something ringing true here. And I know that if you went to Coolbet right now and said winning margin between 1 and 3 points for Cincinnati, that's probably going to pay you 7 or 8 to 1. So if you are a Simpsons believer, that should be the avenue that you explore.
But it's not going to happen because Kalen's taking the Bengals and I can't take them. So it's going to be the Rams winning. Just how it's going to go down.
The Simpsons, I think, at this point have earned the right to trust their decisions, right?
And that's the concerning part. And I'm at this point in time, I believe that I am just going to do this during the game. I'm not going to bet on the outcome of the game. I'm just going to bet on when the penalties happen and what song's going to get sang first at the halftime. I'm just going to enjoy myself. It's going to be very recreational. This is not a business trip for me. I'm just enjoying myself.
Just the first 3 minutes are.
Yeah. Hey, the first 3 minutes are generally, it's all business for me.
That's Shane's time.
Yeah. You got to take care of yourself. Got to take care of yourself. Just like, if you were going to take care of yourself and book your Super Bowl plans, I think Chad's going to tell you a little something about...
Let me put on my spectacles here because I can't see shit right now.
Chad's going to tell you a little something about our friends over at MJ's Roadhouse.
So our good friends over at MJ's, they're going Super Bowl all day long, 11 till the game ends. And we got specials going on. All you can eat boneless wings, fries, and a pint of beer for $30.
And you can do that from 11 a.m. till
11 till 9. 11 till the game's over.
That's disgusting.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued.
Yeah, we should go. We should make an appearance, maybe. We have $9 mini pitchers of domestic draft.
Okay.
Yep. That works for me. And there's giveaways all night long on merchandise and lots of fun stuff for the Super Bowl. There's TVs everywhere. Probably the best little dive bar you're ever going to see.
Yup.
And one of the coolest things about it is you're right beside the arena. You're going to see some pretty badass hockey on a Sunday afternoon if you need to get a little break.
Yeah, if you need to go get some cold air splashed on your face because too many boneless wings, maybe one too many mini pitchers, you can slide over to the arena and just see what's going on over there. Basically, this is carbon cut right out of the TV show Letterkenny. So it's definitely a good time, and you're going to enjoy yourselves
And one more thing, we got some takeout specials here. 2 large pizzas, a large Caesar salad, and a pound of wings for $50.
Whew.
And then we have it. What's that, Caleb?
I said I like it. I don't have to leave my couch, and I get a good dinner like that.
Yeah, all day, just coming right to you. You probably got to send it's takeout though, not delivery. You got to send Cindy, but you don't got to leave your couch.
Yeah.
I said I don't have to leave my couch, Chad.
Yeah. Fantastic. Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
I'm great at listening. Yeah. Ask my first 2 wives.
God. All right. Well,
Liam is disgusted with me.
Yeah, I got some random facts about this game. Because, I wanted to research a couple of things that I didn't want to water down Sunday, but I still wanted to talk about a couple of things. Now, did you guys know that this will be the first Super Bowl played by 2 4 seeds?
No, I didn't know that.
Did you know that's a stat? Yeah, it's wild, right?
Yeah, that is pretty crazy.
Yeah. Here comes another one. Did you know that this is the youngest head coaching tandem to face off in a Super Bowl? One is 36 and the other one is 38.
I'm not surprised by given their ages, but yeah, it's still like, I think it's more crazy they work together.
I think that Pete Carroll's older than both of them combined.
Can you imagine being the age that you guys are and running a football team? Like, I know you're not doing the general manager stuff, but like really just put that into perspective, right? Like in charge of 53 guys, it's going in front of, 25,000 or 60,000 fans every Sunday, travel. Like that's crazy.
Yeah, I'm good, man.
Yeah. Yeah. That seems like a lot of responsibility.
Like,
that's what I mean.
Like I coach degenerates as it is. And like, that's a stressful time, man.
Barely get my socks on in the morning.
Yeah.
Now, a guy that's going to be pretty comfortable during the game is Chad's good friend, Antonio Brown, who has got a $2 million suite.
Flex in, eh? Is business still booming?
I guess so.
If you want to picture this, like imagine you had water in a paper cup and you just started poking holes in it with a pencil. All that water is going to come out really quickly. There's nothing you can't fill that water back up fast enough. So I don't know what Antonio Brown does on the side, but you just spent $2 million on your Super Bowl.
Well, it's him and Kanye, I think.
Yeah, well, I am looking so forward to the 30 for 30 we're going to see on this guy in 10 years.
Like, I think that's what their NFT or something they're putting out together. I think that's what it is, but
I have no idea. I don't understand. That stuff is way too smart.
Are selling an NFT together? Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't know.
They also made a rap song together. I've not listened to it.
Good God.
Kanye's losing it too.
Yeah.
Well, stable, so it's shocking.
I believe that Kanye already lost it. I just, I hope that we don't see 10 years from now a white Bronco driving down a driveway anywhere. But
I don't even think you can get the Bronco done in white. Like, I do this for a living for work. I've never seen one.
Yeah.
Like, there's got to be some jackass who would have requested that already.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it seems like it's been a popular choice before. What else you guys got? I think we got a couple of seconds here. What do you guys got for final thoughts before we head into Sunday here?
Well, me and Kalen have to make our pick.
Yeah, you guys should definitely do that.
So I'm going to assume you're just going Bengals.
Yep.
Straight up. And I'll take Rams straight up. Ricky, he's in it, but whatever which way he goes.
I know Rick's going Bengals, but I mean, don't let me officially speak for him, but I am speaking I'm tapping into my inner slick Rick of all sports, and I'm going to say that Rick is on the Bengals.
All right, I'll tell you this. I'll go Rams. You go Bengals. Ricky's coming on Sunday. He tells us his pick. Whichever way he goes, we have to pick a tiebreaker with him.
I'd say it's either...
It was a prop, right, Shane?
It's either going to be you guys got to decide on the over-under or pick a score or a prop. I mean...
So, yeah, I think the over-under is probably the best way to go. Because that way, no matter which way it goes, we're all good. But that would be the tiebreaker with Rick if there's 2 people that lose.
So,
Because if you guys both hit the Bengals and I lose, then I'm out. It doesn't matter. Right?
Yeah, then you still.
But if 2 guys lose, then there has to be a tiebreaker for the 2 of them. So I think an over-under is cool. Yeah. Or total points would be a good one.
Yeah. So at one point, I think that we would call this pick'em if we were going to sum it up into a Super Bowl term. I think that Chad was the Falcons and everybody else was the Patriots. Because you remember Chad had the survivor a little bit longer than the rest of us, so he had a pretty decent lead here. And I'm still gonna stick with it. Like, Chad, you have not won a game in the playoffs.
I've won one in the playoffs. I won one.
Who?
I won the Bucs wild card game.
Was it that one, or was it the Pro Bowl? I don't know if you won the Pro Bowl.
I didn't know I lost the Pro Bowl.
No, he lost the Pro Bowl.
Fuck the Pro Bowl, those little losers and their little flag football bullshit.
Oh boy, here we go. Easy, rein it in, Tiger.
I will not.
So big hiring
bag of
in
milk,
the coaching
fucking
world
Mac
today.
Jones out there running all over the place.
Big hiring for Mike McDaniel's roster, or Mike McDaniel's team. Sorry, he pulled Wes Welker with him, and he's gonna be the wide receivers coach over there. He's gonna be hanging out with Waddle, which I think like the kid's already amazing. I love his celebration, but think what else he's gonna be able to do for like not only just him but Tua. The innovative ways they're gonna be able to create offense with their wide receivers, the way they did with Debo. Debo came out today specifically and said, talking with Trey Lance, saying that Trey Lance can be a superstar in this game, and saying that he knows Shanahan will put him in a spot to have the proper coaching to succeed, because that's what he did with Wes Welker, bringing him in to be the wide receivers coach, but specifically to focus with Debo on becoming that next level superstar. While we're going there, I mean, Waddle has already tore it up. I think this is going to be a crazy offense next year, having that guy there and being able to scheme up some unique type offenses that he was involved in, both with Tom Brady and with Peyton Manning.
I want to know how disrespected Wes Welker is in that if he left Kyle Shanahan's offense for a lateral move. That's just something you don't see.
Yeah, and I mean he could find himself getting promoted because they don't have an OC yet, right?
Yeah, no. So like, is it in the cards that he's gonna get other duties?
All it was tweeted out was that he was just hired as the wide receiver coach, and I mean at the same time, I mean it could be just that he believes in this kid. Maybe he believes in him so much that he's willing to take the chance to go over there with this, what looks to be a 25-year-old and see what he can do.
Yeah, I bet you that guy's sick at Madden, though. He looks like he plays a lot of Madden.
Yeah. Well, hey.
But he had a decent press conference outside of the whole, somebody welcomed him to Miami, and he goes, when is somebody going to sing the chorus to me? The Will Smith song.
We have a Madden challenge between Kalen and I. That's going to come to you live on Friday night. I'm assuming you're going to be the Bengals. That's what we're going to roll with.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so Kalen's the Bengals. I'm the Rams. If you're betting on it, I'm going to say bet on Kalen because he's way better at Madden than I am. But I'm going to play it anyway. I mean, we're going to get cooked and have a good time. Chad, you got any final thoughts before we sign off here?
Man, I'm just excited for the game. I'm excited for our massive Super Bowl show that we have coming up.
I'm excited for how comfortable you are.
Yeah, man. This is like a whole new thing for me. I can sit back, relax. We're not back pain tomorrow.
Yeah.
We got some great guests lined up for Super Bowl Sunday. And I can't wait, man. It's kind of coming full circle, right? Like you said, we watched our show last year. Like, yo, we sucked.
Yeah.
And I was sitting on the floor last year. Look at me now. I'm pretty chill.
Yeah. So, you were on the floor last year with the sun beating in. This year, you got the Cool Bet logo behind you, and your arms on the couch. So I feel like you're pretty dialed in there. But yeah, great guest. Our buddy JD is gonna pop on. We got Jamie Lynn Music. I didn't read the rest of the list. So
we got Coach Ness from the recruiting coordinator from Queens University coming on. He's also the offensive line coach, and they had a huge year this year. They flipped their whole program around, so he's popping on. And then we got Beehive Sports Podcast down from Pennsylvania popping on. And we got a whole bunch of other cool guests coming through. So
yeah, and that asshole is going to get ripped apart for living in Pennsylvania and not being a Steelers fan. But we will leave you on that note because that guy is